Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we'll be going over the markets just as usual. We'll be looking at the Bitcoin chart, why I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. You'll see most YouTubers saying it's going to go down to 7,200, 6,800, possibly even down to 5,500 as well. I've seen Alessio Rastani, he was kind of talking about 5,500, or Peter Brandt was talking about 5,500. So I've seen lots of people talking about that as well. I'm still bullish actually on Bitcoin. I'm not a perma bull. And I see the bearish case as well, but I see the bullish case as well. So I'm going contrarian here and saying this could still rise up to past 8,000, then up to 9,000, and then onwards and upwards from there. But you just never know with Bitcoin, but I'm taking a contrarian view, and I'll show you why I'm taking that view as well. Okay, I'm just going to see if we're live or not. I know a lot of people are getting really despondent again. There was a period a couple of months ago where everybody was kind of dropping out. People were getting really despondent again and just saying that's enough's enough. We've got to that stage again. We're reaching a capitulation stage again, which is not a good sign. So what I'm here to say, if you're kind of feeling like that, just walk away from crypto altogether. Take a break, walk away, and come back in a couple of weeks' time. If you're feeling like that, I know a lot of people are taking losses. They're taking 5 and 10% losses, but they're small losses compared to what they could be if you stayed in them. So remember, put your stop losses on if you're trading. If you're for the long term, cool. Bitcoin is going to be fine for the long term. Don't worry about it at all. There's no point in worrying about what might happen in the future. You can almost see the price action today and what's happening today. So take a break if you're feeling really despondent about crypto, because usually what happens is a lot of people give up right at the point before success. So this is kind of where they're kind of standing just now. This is where success is, and they give up just before that, just before the success area. So don't give up, just take a break from it if you're feeling like that just now. Okay, I'm just going to dive over and see if we have anybody in the house. We do have a couple of people in, so I'll jump over just now. Okay, we have David D is in the house this morning. David called out yesterday. He said Algo and ZEC were going to be listed on Binance US, and about 15 hours before it was announced, said that there. So he kind of called out yesterday, called out the last time as well, about the two that was listed. I think I can't remember the two that was listed, but well done, David. I'll try and capitalise on that. Mike D is in the house as well, one of our brown admins. Welcome to you. Marcus Jafari is in, Stephen King is in, Ross Davidson is in, Gordy Boy is in the house, and Mitch Dieter is in. Justin Churchill has just joined us, as has G Slick as well. So welcome to you. Got 14 people in it just now. Okay, we'll dive over to the market, see what's happening overall. Okay, we're actually up slightly on overall market capitalization to 217 billion. We're 216 billion. Bitcoin dominance 66.8%. And we've got Bitcoin at a price of 8,028. Just now, that's an aggregated price across the exchanges. We'll have a look at the Bitcoin chart. Synthetics Network is up 21%. That's the only one that's in double-digit greens. NEM is up, Monero, Dogecoin, 0x. Basic Attention, Steam, Energy, and BitShares is up as well. There's only about 15%, well, 17, say 20% in the green, 80% in the red. No double-digit reds today. REN is down, GX Chain, Centrality, Eternity, Nash Exchange, Digibyte, all down as well, but no double digits. So it's not a big kind of move. We'll look at all the cryptocurrencies just now. We're so close to 3,000 cryptocurrencies being listed in CoinMarketCap. Not a big deal, but it's coming up 2,995 now listed, and we'll see who the winners and losers. Well, the winners were yesterday. See if we've got 100%ers. We have indeed. Zpin is up 620% on 10,000 volume. Market cap of 7.7 million. Up 883% over the last 7 days. So Zpin, don't know about it. XRP token is up 123% on decent volume, 88,000 volume. Caso is up 82%. Got Blockstamp is up 81% on 304,000 volume. You can take a wee look at that. Golden Pyrex is up 74% on 14,000. Right, ARPA chain 1.8 million, up 45%. Don't know the market cap of that. Let's see what else has got good volume that's up. MIR coin up 34% on 3.2 million market cap. Team token, not good volume. MRX token with 1 million volume up 28%, 4.2 million market cap. So we'll look at Zeepin. What the hell is Zeepin? So markets is on. Hit BTC is the main one. Social. And game assets are tokenized, consumable, minor, and tradable. September the 4th, that's not good. August the 19th, so they're not good at updating their social media. So I would jump over that. Block stamp. Going up, volume 303,000, markets, Coinall, Digifinex, IDAX, Coin Tiger, Stex, not the big ones. Blockchain ecosystem supporting privacy, fairness, authentication, and freedom. The fork of Bitcoin has been optimized for 3 specific use cases: gambling, edutainment, censorship, data sealing. So it might be worth looking into. See if anybody else has joined us. Crypto Dread is in the house. Peter Van Den Wright has joined us as well. Good to see you guys. Called RVN and Link last week. That was it. That was RVN and Link. Crypto Dread, well, how much are you up then? How much am I up in what? In the portfolio or overall or down? Okay, this is over the last 24 hours. This is Crypto Bubbles. Over the last 24 hours. Big one here is Maxmine coin. It's up 19% over the last 24 hours. And this is in USD value. And Molecular Future is up as well, up 11%. We've seen that a couple of weeks ago as well, jumping up. And Synthetics Network we've just seen as well. That's had a brilliant year, 358% up over the year. We'll look at BTC value and see it's turning green more. Telos is up 9% over the last 24 hours. And this is in Satoshi value. Okay, we'll go over the last hour. Still mostly green, we're turning green again. Again, this is Satoshi value. Maximine down. Telos is up. Not big ones there. We'll look at the dollar value. Doesn't really change a great deal. But it's predominantly green. You can see there, taking a bigger picture kind of view over the last hour. We're predominantly green there just now. Back to chat. King 1969 is in. Right, we will go to Fear and Greed Index, 40 still. Surprising, I'm still surprised at that. I thought it would have been lower. So the sentiment is not as low as I thought it would be. I thought we were veering towards kind of 25, 30-ish level, but we're not at all, which is a bullish sign for me. And this has taken over a lot of different sources, and they crunch them into a different one simple number. So it's kind of bullish for me, unless kind of Bitcoin falls, and I'm going to show you here. We'll just go into it just now. Okay, so we're at 7,971 just now. If we were going to fall big time, and we might still do, there's still a case for being very bearish on Bitcoin. In fact, probably more of a case for being bearish than being bullish, but I am remaining bullish here. This is a weekly chart, and I've showed you this before. This is the 50 EMA line. This red line here is the 50 exponential moving average. And you can see here over the last 4 weeks, we're talking about 30 days, 4 weeks, it's bounced off this 50 EMA each time. So it's hit it, bounced it, hit it, bounced, hit it, bounced. And it's doing the same again here. If we zoom right in, you can see it's touched it on 4 occasions and bounced. The only thing I don't like, if it goes up and comes back down again and touches it, the more chances it touches the line, even if it's gone down or gone up the way as well, the more chance it's going to break through that particular line. So we need to go up from here. This is the last kind of chance for Bitcoin in the short term. I'm not saying last chance ever, but in the short term for this to have any kind of bounce. We need to go up from here. And if we go up, we don't want to be coming back down to these levels again. 7,900, it'll probably go up to about 8,000 because that is sloping upwards. We're kind of going sideways at the moment for the 50 EMA, but this is one of the reasons I'm bullish on this as well. And if we were kind of looking at the bearish kind of side of it, it's kind of touching this, but there's no volume there. So that means there's not a lot of sellers at this level. There's not a lot of buyers obviously as well. So we're kind of in a stalemate at the moment. And the buyers or the sellers are going to come in, but we'll need to wait and see. So there's not a lot of sellers around about this level, which suggests to me there's not going to go down to that 7,200 level that everybody else is talking about, that a lot of people are talking about. But it could obviously. There's still a very bearish case for that. We're going to look at this as well. This is the wedge. So we've got a wedge here just now, and this is on the 4 hour for the BTC USD. Look at this in context. So we've got a bullish wedge here. It's actually sloping upwards just now. You can see that here, this wedge. So we'll kind of zoom in on that and just make it auto so we can put in the middle. And we can see again it's perfectly touching this line, the kind of support line, and bouncing back up. So it's bounced from here to 7,972 and kind of gone up to 8,800. It's done a couple of times, done it here is 7,600, kind of went up, came down, went up again, came down, and we're at this scenario again. If it breaks down here, I'd be really bearish and just go, okay, that's it, it's going to go down. We've not broken it yet, it's perfectly supporting this line, or the price is at the kind of perfect support, and we've got a few green candles in there as well. So my thinking is we're going to bounce from here, and we're going to go up past 8,000, then we're going to move up and just keep on going up from there. And at this point, when we reach around about 8,800, 8,900, then it'll be a deciding point. Is it going to break through here and move on up towards the upside? My thinking, yes. Or is it going to bounce back here and play in this kind of wedge? And then we've got, but it would still be a higher low as well. So with the wedge, we've got higher lows and obviously higher highs as well. Let's get rid of this. So that's where we are just now, and I'm still bullish for Bitcoin price at the moment, while everybody else is bearish at the moment. Well, a lot of people are bearish. Most of the YouTubers I see are kind of bearish on this, but there's a case for the bear side as well, obviously. I don't deny that, but I'm going to be contrarian here and say it's going to go up. Would I kind of 100x leverage this if I was got on Bybit and say it's going to go to the upside? No, probably not. It would just be too silly, but at the same time I wouldn't do the same on the short side either. So we're kind of moving sideways at the moment, that I can see, but for me I'm thinking is we're going bullish on this one. Also, Super Guppy. I want to take you back to 2014, and this is the last time this kind of happened. So this is a Super Guppy. I've showed you this before, and I'll show you the kind of big picture of it. So you can see when these lines turn green, then it's very bullish case scenario. Kind of turned green in January 2016 and kind of went red in December 2018, but we turned green again at 3rd of June 2019, and we're still green just now. However, we've got a scenario here. I'm just going to go down, go auto. Got a scenario here just now, and it's the same kind of situation we were back in 2014. So Bitcoin was at 1174 and it came down about 70% or 66 to 70%, came down and kind of bounced back up, and that doesn't seem much of a bounce here before it goes down, but it bounced back up 60% before going down, and it was on the second line. I think that's the 55 EMA, the second line on the Super Guppy. Now if we fast forward, we're at the exact same kind of scenario here, as well. This is a super guppy. These are the EMA lines, or the slow moving lines here with the super guppy, and we're on this second line here, which is a 55 EMA, and I think that's a fast moving. Sorry, the slow moving is the bottom one and the fast moving is the top one. So this is the second line here, and this is 55 slow EMA here. So we're bouncing off that again, and I showed you this last week as well. Once we hit this bottom line here at 76,000, then obviously I would be really bearish and I wouldn't be in kind of Bitcoin. If I was trading Bitcoin, I wouldn't be in it. I'd be sitting on my hands just now. But if it fell below here, then I would be bearish and probably short it. But I wouldn't be shorting or going long just now. But my tendency is to go towards the long side and think we're going to bounce back up from here. If we get a 60% bounce from here, I'll just measure it. 60% would be round about the 12,600 level. So, but as I said, I acknowledge the bearish case for Bitcoin shooting down to probably 7,200, possibly 6,800, and maybe even 6,000, 5,500. But my thinking is it's not going to do that. 7,200 probably be the lowest it would go in my thinking if it was to break below this. But just now I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, thinking it's going to come back up. And because everybody else thinks it's going to go down, and you tend to go against the crowd, what the crowd are thinking. That's my contrarian view there as well. I still think it's going to bounce from here, but we'll probably know by the end of the day if that view is correct or not. And we'll see. But it's interesting looking at the charts and looking at this kind of wedge as well. And this is a 4 hour, and it kind of plays perfectly on the daily as well. You can look at it on the daily. Perfect support there on the daily as well. And on this as well. I'd love to see this kind of going green and going back up to 8,600. And the 200 MA. Look at the 200 MA. Where are we? That's on the weekly. We want to go on the daily. And we'll turn the EMAs off. So we're nowhere near the 200 MA. We've still broken that 200 MA line, but we've actually broken it on an upward slope. So it's not as bearish as it might seem. If this 200 MA was on a downward slope and we were breaking down below it as well, then it'd be even more bearish. You would definitely go short, but because we're on an upward slope on a 200 MA and we're broken down, it's not as bearish as it first might seem. A lot of people see when the MA has been broken, that's extremely bearish. It's not necessarily the case, because we're on an upward slope for the 200 MA and we're still on an upward slope just now. So it's not as bearish as it might seem, and we have to remember that as well. Volume is not there for either the bearish case or the bullish case. We need some volume to let us know what direction we're really going to go in. If we get a lot of volume and it goes down further, then that would be extremely bearish, obviously. So it'd be good to know your thoughts on that. Can always tell when the market is down because not many people tune in. It's true. It's true. I know when people are feeling really despondent because we don't get a lot of people on the live because people have given up. They've just gone off. I'm pissed off with Bitcoin. I'm pissed off with the altcoins going down. I'm pissed off losing money. Totally understand that. Totally get it. PTOY is up. Okay, we'll take a look at that later on. Might do a bit. John McAfee is twitching a bit with the dickening getting closer. I wonder what the dickening. There's a website, the dickening. You need to. I showed you this. Oh, where is it? I can't remember what it was. I'm sure there's a dickening.com or something. It is dickening.com. And you'll know all about this. 441 days to go. I bet he is twitching. King 19 said, have you heard about the documentary Brad Kimes are doing? I think it's great for crypto in general. I haven't heard about that. Brad is very kind of XRP, but I haven't heard about that he's doing a documentary. Musa Musa's in. Morning. When's the Bab Castle party happening? Ain't going to happen now. Ain't going to happen now. Although somebody was talking about it in the premium group and the kind of free group as well. if you want to join a free group, there's links down below. If you want to join a premium group, there's a link down below. You can get 3 free videos as well. So check that out with the links down below as well. Yeah, somebody was talking about it yesterday, saying I was secretly buying BAB, but I'm definitely not. Once bitten, twice shy for me. Even if it did kind of jump up, I wouldn't be buying it. It's just trust. Trust is gone. Once the trust is gone, that's it for me. I'll trust you once. Yeah, after that, you're out. GSLIC ETN. We'll look at that as well. VR GSLIC, are you still holding VChain? David D, yes, agreed, but they're way under budgeted. Produced a documentary and a crowdfunding, originally 10k requested, then crowdfunded their Singapore travel after Ripple invite. Excellent. So I've never seen that. Francis, Theoret, what do you think about Phantom from a fundamental standpoint? Steve, yes, when I looked into it originally because I really liked Phantom when it first came out, thought this is going to be really big. I looked at, there was a hashed story, Hash the investment firm. They had a story on Phantom and everybody was really excited about Phantom, so I checked it and I thought, oh, this could be really good. But I haven't checked it recently, so I don't know what they're up to fundamentally, so I can't really, because it changes that quickly. But for the long term, yeah, I do like them. But I'd need to, if I was going to invest in them just now, what I would need to do is look at their fundamentals again and see what they've been up to and see the roadmap and stuff like that. But yes, I do like Phantom. I think they're going to be even bigger than they are just now. I think it's going well with crowdfunding and people are really stepping up to support for this project. I'll need to check that out. Doing a crypto documentary, please visit this link. Wait a second, just check that out because I don't know Brad was doing that. GoFundMe, so how much are they funded just now? 17,000. They organised a table of new donations to this fundraiser at the moment. Showing a documentary on cryptocurrency, and we are anticipating a release in early 2020. That when completed will be pitched to large distributors. Make your contribution and secure your place in crypto. Then become part of history. We intend to continue to interview and document high-profile influencers in this space, capturing this fast-paced emerging market as it gets closer to regulation, paving the way for general public. So, oh good, it's not about XRP. Excellent. Well, that's good that they raised the money for that. That's brilliant. As Finn Boys, come back to your favourite Telegram group. This is probably a bullish signal. Yeah. And there are some teasers on Twitter. I hear 50,000 TPS on FTM and working with central banks. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's so many projects out there. So many good projects still out there. So many shit projects as well, but so many good projects out there still as well. It's just hard to keep up with all of them. Okay, so we'll look at some of the charts as well, and then we'll go on to kind of look at some of your stuff as well. So this is Binance. What's happening in Binance? CHZ is up 19%. I don't think there's any volume, any news on that, but that's recently came to kind of Binance on September, beginning of September. So that's up 19%. It did go down big time to 49 Satoshi. And XCM is up 13%, and 0AX, OpenANX is up 10.99% as well. So it's not, there's a lot of gains in Binance, but it's kind of flat as well. There's only a few, and you're still going to get that. You're going to get a few that just jump up big time. Just looking at XCM, did that cross over in the daily and when? It's not crossed over in the daily yet, so it wouldn't be a buy for me. RLC, that crossed over a while ago. Yeah, it crossed over at 2322 and it's went up 100%. So you're still going to get these 100%ers on Binance. Same with KuCoin as well. DAG went up as well, 23%. I noticed that this morning as well. That's one we've been talking about. So that's Constellation up 23%. We spoke about it at 85 when it was round about here and said it'd be a good time to buy back in when it came down. But it's a way up again, so it's up nearly about 80% since then. CHZ, SNX is up. We've just seen that as well. What's the volume on that? 6.6 Bitcoin worth. That's synthetics. Ko-fi is up as well, or Ko-fi. Again, the volume is starting to come into KuCoin. So as I said just now, still at the moment, I would still use KuCoin for finding the hidden gems and just accumulating the hidden gems. So you can, if you've got say 1 Bitcoin worth or half a Bitcoin worth, it's going to be difficult to buy the kind of hidden gems, or the ones that you kind of perceive to be hidden gems. So I'll just go to an example. It might be, we'll go to Szabo, what they're trading just now. So 1.14. So if you were to buy, I don't think it will let me do this. No, it's not going to let me until I log in. So for half a Bitcoin, how much could you buy? I don't know how much. If you had half a Bitcoin or something, you're not going to be able to buy a lot because of the liquidity here, and you'd have to buy up the way. So if you want to buy 200,000 or something, you'd have to go up to 639. Now it'll push the price up, and your token is going to push it up by 1.5%. It'll still be worth a buy though and accumulating. So what you're better doing is just buying smaller amounts and just keeping an eye on it. Buy the smaller amounts. If it comes down, buy the smaller amounts and just accumulate at these prices for the likes of Szabo. Just have a look at some of the other ones I was looking at. 257 for UTK is still doing well. Jumped up to 271, so that's slowly going up. That's a good kind of slow rise up there as well. So Soul's doing well. That's the dickening. Yeah, so that's KuCoin as well. Now we'll go back to some of the charts. And somebody was asking about PTOY. Up 5%. There's no volume there. There's no volume there at all for PTOY. The last time I looked at it, same as well. Just who else was looking at? ETN. ETN should be on. Hyobi. Crossed over on the daily. Crossed over at 39 Satoshi. It's now 46, but it did go up to 54 Satoshi. It's not really crossed over at all, to be honest. The first time it crossed over 19th of September. So from a technical point of view, it looks like a buy just now. Is bouncing off the 50 EMA at the moment. So from a technical point of view, it looks okay at 4 hours. Obviously big crossover. Here at 34, you could have gone lower. %, but it's come back, crossed down over on the 4 hour, but I'm kind of tending to look on the daily. That's giving me stronger buy and sell signals on the daily, rather than looking at the 4 hour or the 1 hour. For longer term buys. For short term day trades, it's totally different. You'd look at a smaller time frame, the 4 hour or the 1 hour. And if you're on Bitcoin, the 15 minute or the 5 minute. So go to, say, the 15 minute on Bitcoin. I'm looking for the crossovers. Take that out. So we're actually coming up on the 15 minute. From the 15th of October, we can see it fell from 8,334 all the way down. We're actually coming up for a crossover on the 15 minute. Which again is another short bullish sign. The volume is not there at all. You can see down here the volume peaked as it got down to the low side as the kind of bears were moving in. That's when the volume peaked on the 15 minute. So the volume is not coming in for the kind of bullish side, but looks as if we're going to cross over the 70 EMA and the 50 EMA. So we just need some more volume to kind of push that over, and then it would be bullish short term as well. So another wee bullish sign there for Bitcoin. I've staked about 1,000 FX on the PundX wallet. I like PundX still. I've been buying at these levels. You've still been buying it, PundX at these levels. Now see, that's brilliant that you're doing that. That's kind of obviously faith in what PundiX are doing. I still got faith in what they were doing as well. I just couldn't understand the price, and there's no point from a monetary point of view unless you're really in it for the long term. I think at some point we'll get donations from Ripple or other companies, but we'll see what happens. That'll be good, because I know Brad Kimes has kind of supported them. Ripple, well, he is big supporter of Ripple. I think you'll know that if you've seen him. Doge has gone up, excellent. I think we're bear until 2020, unfortunately. A little overview. Yeah, we probably are. We probably are till 2020, until closer to the halving. Although we've only got 3 million Bitcoin left to mine as of tomorrow. We've got 3 million Bitcoin only left to mine. So there's 18 million being mined as of tomorrow. 18 million Bitcoin have been mined, but that's it. It's in the world, and however many has been lost, I don't know, 4 or 5 million worth, or 4 or 5 million that's been lost. So we've probably only got about, at the moment, circulating supply about 12 to 13 million or something like that. Probably a wee bit higher than that. We just don't know the real number. Roland Rocket, I know you hate when I bring this up, but Digitex releasing their testnet next month. If they can just launch their exchange, the price should blow up initially, so I'm going to take that risk. Rowan, no, I don't hate it. I don't hate it when they bring it up. I'm just not into them again. Crypto Don Juan as well, he was kind of telling me about it, and I appreciate him telling me about it, but we'll just look at the charts for Digitex. I think for me, once I've invested and the trust is gone from the CEO, i.e. Adam, for me that's it. I can't invest back in, because I'm still essentially investing in the CEO. I still have to trust that CEO for the price, in order for the price to go up. So for me, I'm still out of Digitex, but it probably is going to go up. It probably is going to blow up. If they can do what they say they're going to do, it's going to 100x, 1000x. It's going to go mental. Digitex has jumped back into the top 100 at 93. So we'll just take a look at Digitex just now, because they are coming out as well, with the exchanges going to be coming out, and it does look good. It's fallen down again. It did jump up to 99, but that's on a 50 minutes, sorry. We'll go to daily. Yeah, so it was down, we're topping 76, kind of jumped up by 40%. Oh, that's Digibyte, sorry. I was going to say that's not the right figures. DGTX, Digitex futures. Don't know how I got that. I do apologise. Right, so it's going up. It's 527. I was going to say, because that's not the right numbers for Digitex. So we're going up. We're at around about 340. So we've jumped, or they've jumped 61%. Crossed over on the daily around about the middle of September at 402. We've got a massive kind of cup and handle kind of forming here as well. You can see from around 544. And we'll just make that green and make it this colour. So we've got a cup and handle formation there. And probably come back down and then go back up. Hopefully that's what's going to happen with Digitex. And honestly, I really wish them all the best. I've just lost trust. When I lose trust with something, that's it. There's one chance, and that shouldn't be in business. You shouldn't. Well, no, for me it should be. That's what business is about. If you lose the trust of people the first time, you've kind of lost trust. You have to get a whole new tranche of new people again. But chart-wise, looks great. Cup and handle formation coming up, and looks as if it's going to bounce right back up. So I hope it does. Genuinely hope it does for everybody holding. I know there's a lot of people kind of following them just now. So we could see their kind of high broken of 2,700. That could be broken quite soon when they bring out their exchange and people start to onboard on it. I've got about a rumour going around. ETH is working on a project called Nightfall with Microsoft. Ethereum is going to blow up very soon. I don't think people realise just how quickly it is going to go. It's going up again, 2.19 million Satoshi. Again, we've got a cup and handle formation there. Kind of spoke about this the other day. Around about here, these levels actually. But it's going to go up again big time, Ethereum. Especially with the DeFi project and other projects I've got coming out, it is going to go. So it's worth it. And I've started investing in Ethereum again. I don't know if he is right or not, but it's on, right, okay. I don't know if he is right or not, but it is an iPad on the shoulder. It is a pad on the shoulder to be invited to the Swell event in Singapore. Right. So I don't know that. I don't know about that. Dustin and Jansen are capable, incredible partners. Brad has improved, but don't subscribe to some of the speculation pre-allocation theory. Right, okay, I'm with you. Wondered what you're talking about. Francis, best way I can explain FTM fund is ETH and Nano combined. Just like LOL today, I couldn't use a banking app, but I could still use Bitcoin. Excellent. Sign of the times. And Rowan Rocker, that's Digibyte. Yeah, I noticed that. Yes, invite to Swell is key. Yep, yes, David, thinks so. MTN. What was MTN? Not seen this. So doc.com. Medical Chain. There's not doc.com. I think it was Medical Chain. Medical Chain was a big ICO that came out as well. That was one. Who's it? Superman, I think. He kind of pushed that big time back in the day, and we're talking about a year and a half ago. And it did get up to 32 cents. What's it just now? 0.4 of a cent at the moment. Medical Chain, I actually thought that was a good use case for the blockchain. Social. 2 hours, so kept up with social. This could actually be a good one, a good hidden gem. Or it's not really a hidden gem because a lot of people know about it because of the ICO, the big ICO that came out. But I thought this was a good use case. I don't know what they're up to just now. I've never checked them out recently. And this is about putting all kind of patient records onto the blockchain. And so wherever you went, I don't know if you've got it in the kind of US, if you changed doctors, they've still got paper stuff that they have to send to each doctor, and even we've changed address in the last 6 months and the records have still not been passed through properly, and you think it'd all be computerized. It's not. You think it'd all be in one database. It's not. The medical records and the practice is just a nightmare just now. But if you had this on the blockchain, this is what my understanding of Medical Chain was at the time, and we'll just have a look. This could actually be really good, Medical Chain, as a hidden gem, and getting back into just now, because it was one I looked at and I thought this is a really good use case for it. It aims to put the patient in control of the medical data, giving them the power to share the single most comprehensive version of the record with every organisation in the medical network. Fragmented, siloed patient records create inefficiencies and inaccuracies across the breadth of the healthcare system. It uses blockchain technology to securely manage health records for a collaborative, smart approach to healthcare. Yes, so it's the same. I didn't, because a lot of these ICO companies have actually changed direction, gone a different direction, but not Medical Chain. I think this could be really big, actually. I think it could be really good. I'm glad you brought it up again. Not seen that for ages, Medical Chain, for a while. But yeah, I did like the use case for that, and that was one of the reasons I did like it. Revolutionist, I just bought more Cardano, as I'm now 100% all in Cardano for the long term. Excellent. How's Cardano doing? ADA, BTC, 483. Just now that's a 15-minute. I don't want to do that. I'm going to daily. So daily is kind of dancing with the 50 EMA just now. But these prices, again, we're kind of accumulating here. That's really what we're doing. Just accumulating here. This can't find the box. No. But just around about these prices, we can just see we're going sideways with Cardano, but we're close to the bottom of where Cardano's been in a long, long time, since December 2017. So I think it's safe to say it's going to go back up again. There's no question this is going to 10x, 20x in the next year or so as well. So yeah, definitely worth accumulating Cardano as well. XRP will not move material until US regulatory clarity and custody comes, however. Yes, your view on Metamorph, please. Holding a big bag. Metamorph, I haven't looked at in a while because I just kind of written them off. $26,000 volume. Mercatox, it's on just now. BTC. So this was for atomic swaps. Anybody that's not into Metamorph, but it wasn't doing anything. They weren't onboarding a lot of people. I don't know what the situation is just now. September the 19th, they've kind of died on social media as well over the last month or two. So my thinking is, not at the moment, there's nothing that I can see with regards to Metamorph that makes me bullish for them just now. It was another one, I thought, brilliant project, brilliant use case for what I was doing as well. I thought this was going to be excellent. And it's one of those ones that just didn't do it. It didn't make it. It might come back. It might come back, but I'm not bullish on it at all, to be honest. I've been being really honest. Yes, David D. XRP is a sleeping giant. I believe so as well. XRP definitely. Theta and XLM. Theta, BTC. A technical point of view, still at the low side, obviously, all-time lows. For Theta just now, it's not crossed over on the daily, so it's not a buy at the moment. It's threatening to cross over, but there's no crossover yet. There's no point. Volume is really low as well. So at the moment, from a technical point of view, no. There's nothing there at the moment. What was it? Did you say XLM? XLM, yeah. XLM, BTC. Crossed over in daily. Volume has gone up. It's come back down again though. 689 has jumped up to 790. Is going up on low volume, which is not really a good sign. So the volume did pick up from the middle of September onwards. So there's something going on there. So that's a good sign. First time it's crossed over since 12th of March 2019. So that would be a buy at the moment. The only thing I'd be concerned about is this kind of volume drop off here. There's on the weekly. $3,500. I'd be keeping an eye on that. Would I go into it right now? Yeah, probably would because of crossover. But I did cross over at 690. Yeah, I'd probably go into Stellar Lumens. I'd say that was kind of call it. The only thing that concerns me is that volume obviously coming back down, but it did jump up and kind of doubled, almost tripled. Back in the middle of September. London Bobby is in the house. Hello, Steve. Just pulled the trigger. The World Crypto Con. Listen to Charlie Shrem. Should be interesting. Excellent. Rowan Rocker. You could buy 1% of BAB tokens for $10,000. If it ever blows up, that would be a good investment, but I doubt it. It could blow up. BAB could blow up. Same with Digitex as well. Digitex is in the top 100, so it has done extremely well just now. But is it priced in already? Is the exchange priced in? I would doubt it. I would doubt the exchange is priced in, but the hype is in just now. It's priced into Digitex just now. I think, was it sitting at 93? DGTX. 32 million market capitalization. Ranked 99, so it's come down a wee bit in the top 100, but still 32 million at the moment. For a product that's not there yet, so the kind of hype is kind of built into the price at the moment, so they now have to deliver. If they deliver, it's going to explode. You'll probably get 10x from Digitex futures. As I said, our principle, once I've lost the trust, that's me, I'm kind of out. Need to start stacking some LTC. Yeah, LTC is another one as well. The one that I'm really interested in is NEO, but I'll look at that in a second. LTC is still gone down on the daily, so it's not a buy at the moment. So there might be a better entry price. Volume has gone down as well, but I do think it'll come back up. It's just a matter of getting a good entry price for it. At its all-time low just now, and we're kind of knocking on the door on a weekly. If we go to this line, look at this just now, look at this. We're kind of knocking on this door. It's knocked on a couple of times, so it might break down below that and even go lower. This is in Satoshi value, remember? At 659,000 Satoshi. We could go lower. And if we break this line. So it's just a case for Litecoin. I think it's just a case of waiting for a good entry point. We'll have a look at XRP, BTC as well, see what they're doing. 3,680, so they're going up all the time. That's on a weekly. Look at the daily, crossed over a while ago on the daily. 2,777. So it's jumped up already, it's jumped up 33%. And that was the first time it crossed over since September 2018. And it's a slow explosion, that's how I've described XRP. So, yeah, I still think it's going to go up hugely, along with Ethereum, along with Bitcoin. I still think that's going to blow up as well, along with Cardano. NEO is one I'm interested in just now because nobody's talking about it. 88,000 Satoshi at the moment, hasn't crossed over since February 2019. It briefly crossed over and went up about 32%. So NEO is one I'm keeping an eye on just now as well. What's NEO BTC USD? $7.08 at the moment. So when this goes again, this could easily get up to $20, then $30, then $40. And I had a lot of NEO back in the day, and that's when I made a lot of money as well from NEO, when it kind of sold out near the top actually. It sold out back in 2018. But just now, $7, nobody's talking about them, low volume. I think is a good time to start buying NEO again. Just my opinion though, do your own research and all that. XRM needs to announce something, anything, almost silent since Young and Lundy IBM departures. I know XRM just follows XRP. Ron Rocker, what does Digitex have to do with BAB? I don't know, it was you could buy one, but it was you that mentioned BAB, nothing at all. Just like HOT is moving. Just looking at the order books. Yeah, it's kind of crossed over on 9, but it's still between 9 and 10 Satoshi. And so it's not. So it's trading between 8 and 11 just now. The order books look okay. They don't look really good, but they look okay. But these could be pulled at any time, obviously. So it's really dependent on this kind of BTC price. That's what it is kind of all about just now. It looks as if we're going to cross over to 8,000 at BTC. BTC USD. $8,005. So we're bouncing just now. Let's see how far this can go. I've not got the volume there. We'll just look at the 4-hourly. Volume is not really there. So it's not a good bounce. It's a bounce nonetheless, but it's not really a good bounce because the volume is not there. So go back to going to the hourly. Yeah, the volume is just not there at all. So this could be a wee false bounce here. Yeah, it does support what I was kind of saying that it could bounce from here, but if the volume's not there, we're not going to get. The volume's starting to pick up actually. Hopefully, if we can pick up this volume, then this could be a good bounce here. We're on this super guppy again. We're getting up to the third line. So we're on the third line of the super guppy. We were down touching the bottom line, and that is a 60 EMA slow. Sorry. Yeah, the 60 EMA is slow, and then the third line is 45 EMA slow. So we're on the 45 EMA slow, which is good. So hopefully we get a bounce up from here and keep on bouncing up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. XRP up 2% since start of stream. Excellent. XRP 3658. You know what I think about XRP, you know I do think it's going to go up hugely. Just pissed off that I'm not in it anymore. I sold out 2,900 to try and get some more XRP, but I was stuck in bloody Wink. And that was in hindsight, it was a really bad move. But I'm actually quite bullish on Wink in the long term. It's probably a bias, it's probably a confirmation bias because I'm looking for good news for Win, the Win token as well. Apparently Justin Sun is going to come out with something at the end of the month. We'll wait and see what that is. See if we can get some of the money back. I'm down from about 16,000, 17,000 down to about 4,500 just now. Which is crap, but you've got to take these punches as well. If you can't take the punches, there's no point in being in the game. Rolling Rocker asked you about BAB and you started talking about Digitex. I think you got confused there. I thought it was you that asked me about... Right, so Rolling Rocker, I know you hate it whenever I bring this up, but Digitex releasing their testnet next month. So it was you that asked about Digitex. Strange, right? Okay, there's something. I think you're getting confused or I'm getting confused, something. She's like, been getting free Dent off the Dent app. Dent is so cheap just now. I've got $1 million just in case. Excellent. I think Dent could come back up again as well. Good use case scenario. And they've got partnerships in place as well. That was another one. I just couldn't understand the price. Maybe a swell effect for XRP. It could well be. And let's see if it gets through 30 cents. Seem to be moving independently of BTC for a change. Very much believe pre-swell pump. Yes. Right, okay, I think we'll just park it there. Rolling Rocker, we're just not getting anywhere with that. Right, okay, what's happening? BTC still going up. So we're jumping up for Bitcoin. 8,045. I'll just keep an eye on this just now. So if you look at the macro view, it doesn't mean anything at all when you look on the daily. Just a wee kind of blip there. And on the guppy, we're past this third line now. Want to move higher onto the fourth line, third line, second line. We'll see where it goes. So we need some volume in there for Bitcoin. And the volume is not, at the moment anyway. And it's not the end of the day obviously as well. So I have to look at the hour for the volume. So the volume is coming in. The volume is coming in there. And we're only halfway through. So it looks as if the volume is going to jump up. So it could be sustained. It might be a sustained rise. Is it too early to accumulate 32 ETH for DeFi project staking? No, definitely not. XRP move now 2.32% up. So it might be jumping up in line with the whole market, which is good. Okay, I think I'll leave it there just now. With a wee positive green candle for Bitcoin. And looks like the others are going up as well. And just see. XEM is going up, NFT, Coco, VeChain is going up. So hopefully we're going to have a green day for Bitcoin. Hopefully we can get past 8,100 would be good for a start. And then upwards from there. With more volume, if we can get that volume as well. And we get a couple of green candles on the hourly, that would be excellent. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo.